Renter's insurance is something which many landlords don't require, and still even more renters don't have and don't think they need. But why does that matter? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to help you understand in today's video. Renter's insurance protects a tenant's belongings in the case of a variety of situations, giving them a sense of greater security while living on your property. But why does that matter for a landlord? A bad experience while living in your property looks bad on you, whether it was your fault or not. With renter's insurance, you're able to give your tenants greater peace of mind and improve their overall impression while living under your roof. But the benefits don't stop there. If you keep watching this video, you're going to learn about renter's insurance, why you should consider requiring it, and what the benefits are of having it for both you and your tenants. First off, can a landlord require renter's insurance? So this actually depends on the state that the property is in. In California, landlords are allowed to require renter's insurance, though renter's insurance itself is not required, but in many other states you can't. And to find out if you're allowed to require renter's insurance in your specific state, I would contact your insurance provider to be 100% certain. Now, you may be able to require renter's insurance, but why is it truly a necessity? Why would you want to require renter's insurance for your tenants? Now, while renter's insurance isn't a true necessity, not having it is a big risk, not only for your tenants, but also for you. And we're going to talk about that in the next two sections. So what exactly does renter's insurance cover? Now, keep in mind that what the policies you're offering cover may differ from this list, so contact your insurance provider to make sure you're clear on your own policies. However, renter's insurance typically covers liability due to injury. So in the case of injury by a guest visiting the property, your tenant would be liable. Renter's insurance typically covers any form of injury incurred by a guest while on the property. It will also cover damage from natural disasters to the tenant's belongings. This includes any tenant belongings such as electronic devices, furniture, kitchen appliances, jewelry, vehicles, and more, in the event that they're either damaged or destroyed. It'll also cover theft. Similarly, if a tenant's belongings are stolen or the property is damaged as a result of the theft, renter's insurance typically covers the damages. It may also cover property damage due to negligence. This could be covered in some cases, it just depends on the policy. So far, we've talked a lot about the benefits to the tenants, but what are the benefits of renter's insurance to you, the landlord? Well, here's just a few. First, it protects you from lawsuits. Easily one of the biggest reasons having renter's insurance protects you from a lawsuit in the event that your tenant's belongings are damaged within your property, whether due to a fire, earthquake, or natural disasters. And before you think your liability insurance will cover you in this type of event, it likely won't, even if the tenant is injured due to their own actions. Number two, it protects you from paying for property damage. Similar to a lawsuit, you could be sought by the tenant to pay for damages to the property in the event of an accident if they have no way of covering it. No matter what you think of your tenants, it's better not to assume how they'll behave after a disaster and instead require renter's insurance to cover you even further. Number three, it keeps your insurance premiums down. If your tenant's not having renter's insurance, mean you'll most likely be hit with a lawsuit or a damage claim that can lead to other issues. One of those issues being hit with a claim that can increase your insurance premiums. And if you rack up multiple claims, your insurance provider could cancel your policy altogether. Number four, it increases your number of applicants by accepting pets. You might be wondering, what does renter's insurance have anything to do with allowing pets? Well, renter's insurance can cover the property damage resulting from having pets, as well as the liability in the event of a dog bite. However, make sure to check with your insurance company to make sure what the renter's insurance policy you offer covers, as some don't offer pet regulated coverage. And now you may be wondering how to convince your tenants of the value of getting renter's insurance. A renter might not initially think of having renter's insurance, but that doesn't mean that they won't value it in the event of damage or loss. After all, it's your property, not theirs, and they may feel that they don't have enough physical belongings to justify the insurance. But there are more reasons to have it than they might first realize, and here are some of those reasons. Landlord compensation. So what happens in the event of a claim if you choose to require renter's insurance and your renter doesn't get it? In many cases, you can actually sue the tenant for failure to abide by your lease agreement and get the cost of your insurance deductible back. Another reason is neighboring tenant compensation. Similarly, if an event caused by your tenant leads to the damage of a neighboring property, both you and the owner of the neighboring property can sue the tenant for damages. Renter's insurance can, again, cover your tenant for damages here as well. Another reason is liability coverage. Tenants may think that renter's insurance only covers their physical belongings in the case of an accident or natural disaster. However, it also provides liability protection. We've already covered some examples, but there are several more events where the policy may cover damages. For example, if a guest or service person is injured while visiting the the property or unit, or damage caused by their pet to a neighboring property. Knowing that they're covered in all these events will give your tenants more peace of mind, which is something many will jump at the chance to get. So now that we've covered some of the benefits of renter's insurance to tenants, let's talk about some basic tips that should help get your tenants to adopt it. It might sound a bit awkward and hard to talk about getting insurance whose primary benefits are protecting them from the monetary loss of their belongings and liability from lawsuits and the like. However, both are compelling enough cases that you can present it in a way that shows your tenants it has some value for them. Having said that, here are some tips for effectively communicating with your tenants about getting renter's insurance. First, focus on the benefits. To some, this might sound obvious, but if you're not doing it, you're missing out on the biggest selling point by far. Clearly displaying the benefits in bullet point style, on a flyer, a banner, a landing page, or simply in conversation. Make it simple enough to clearly understand the value without droning on about it. Focus on language that makes it clear that you're talking about the value it has for them, not you or anyone else. They're going to be thinking about it from the perspective of what's in it for me. So make sure to give that to them sooner than later and make it compelling using what we've talked about above. Next, you want to make it convenient. One of the biggest hurdles to getting your tenants to adopt renter's insurance is to make it hard to get. So with something like DoorLoop, soon you'll be able to offer renter's insurance to your tenants with a sign-up process that takes just a few minutes. And the best part is that they'll be able to do it from the same dashboard they pay their rent. Even now, your tenants can easily upload a copy of their renter's insurance policy to a convenient tenant portal in seconds, making it as frictionless as a process as possible. And if you guys don't have DoorLoop, you can get a free demo by clicking here or with the link down in the description. You also want to show them how affordable it is. Renter's insurance is highly affordable, so use that as a selling point and don't shy away from mentioning the price until the last minute. The biggest barrier to adoption will be the price, not the reason for having it. So after listing the benefits, mentioning the low price will make it clear that they have nothing to lose for several useful benefits. Renter's insurance provides a number of great benefits to the landlords that you might not have realized. Plus, the combination of benefits and low price your tenants can take advantage of means that they have very little to lose in getting it and much to gain. So use the points that we talked about above to make your renter's insurance policy compelling and enticing. As a result, you'll be covering yourself in many ways that your liability policy either may not or does not cover you and your property. And if this video helped you out, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more property management content. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!